Okay, we have the sleeve as our next piece. The X is going through the middle of the sleeve, the Y from underarm point to underarm point, grids at the top and at the hem. So to make the sleeve bigger, first thing we need to do is increase the height of the head of the sleeve. So starting from 0, we're increasing the height 3 millimeters, marking in the head of the sleeve. Then we go back down to the starting point before we start making the sleeve wider. On this top side of the sleeve, we need to increase 3 millimeters, mark the notches, and then a total of 9.5 millimeters for the underarm. The length of the sleeve we can increase 3 millimeters, and that will cover all of the hem notches as well. So those notches indicate where the hem gets folded back on itself. So this is the hem, then it gets folded here, and the whole lot gets folded up on itself. So that's my top edge of the sleeve pattern. I'm going to go back to the start and do the bottom part of it here, section closest to me. So I've already done 3 up that way and come back again. Now I'm going to go 3 towards me, making the other side of the sleeve wider, marking in my notch, and a total of 9.5 for the width of the sleeve at the underarm, 3 in length for the underarm of the sleeve, and I can mark in all of these notches on this side. So I've got my hem, the top to join, and the side seams, or the underarm seams I should say. That's pretty straightforward. It's just a straight line, another straight line here, or the curve of the armhole, or the sleeve head rather, blending the 2 sections the same as we did for the armhole, blending these sections, same thing on this side. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of fiddling around to get it to blend nicely. Okay, that's one size larger for the sleeve. Now we need to do a size smaller. Oop. So starting from the same position, I need to shorten the height of the head of the sleeve. Go back to the starting point and move in the opposite direction this time to make the head of the sleeve narrower. And at the underarm, a total of 369.5. The length 3 millimeters shorter. And that can be all of those notches. Back to the start and we'll do the other side. So up in that direction, 3. Mark this notch, another 6.5, so that's a total of 9.5. Marking the underarm, shortening the length of the sleeve by 3 millimeters. I think I made a mistake there, I might have to go back and check that. So 3 millimeters there. Okay, so let me just go back and check this head of the sleeve. So I was there, I should be this way 3 to mark the head of the sleeve in. So that's incorrect and that one's incorrect. Just put a little line through them to remind myself. Okay, so blending these two. This one. Joining this. Let's join all the way through. Side. Then I've got to blend these sections. So from here to here. And from here to here. So my blending might need to be improved by hand here. So this section here, all of the underarms should align with the Y. That's how I picked up that I'd made a mistake. It wasn't aligning there with the Y. Everything else looks okay and incorrect position now though. So notch there, notch there. Okay, that's the sleeve.